link. So just give me a few seconds. Uploads are really fast now. Yes, my tree is undecorated. I woke up to the tree in the living room being taken down, which is a blessing. However, he didn't wrap all the ornaments. He just kind of put everything in a pile. So I have to do that. Just give me a second. I've got to upload. What did I call this video? Okay. Seeds of Hope. Excuse me. It's got to go before that. Hang on, I got to find it. Okay. Make sure I've got a snapshot for that. I tell you, folks, even though I have been working throughout the season, me taking time off has, it's not easy to do. It's really not easy to do. Okay, Seeds of Hope. Seeds of Hope. Oh my goodness, hang on a second. All right. I have to put in. This is what I do, folks. This is just a tea break. Simple as it can be. But it takes me even say a 6-minute tea break. I have to record it, edit out any mistakes, and then, where are you? Then upload it, get all my thumbnails and everything in there. Next. And then I have to see, like for instance, the Christmas video, you noticed I blurred out Briar, right? You know why I blurred out Briar? Because I forgot I didn't even realize he was in there. I was too busy focusing on Gracie. Give me a second here. I'm almost there. I'm just looking for one particular thumbnail. I suppose I should get rid of my old thumbnails. All right, there is, wait a minute. Okay, it should be, there it is. There it is. Okay, select. I have to make a new playlist. 2023. Create. Add to that playlist. And done. All right. Now, as soon as that's finished, I didn't monetize it. As soon as that's finished producing, they will, none of the above. They make you jump through so many hoops. Hey, Tabitha. Oh, no, hang on a second, guys. I should have made this for 1 o'clock and not put you guys through this. Okay, give me a second. Rating saved. Next. And unlisted. And as soon as it is done, I will put it to public. It's checking. It's checking. Hi everybody. I haven't got you up on my I probably do, but I may be under our half-acre homestead. What do I come up as in the chat? Hang on. Yeah, I may come up as our half-acre homestead. Nope. Okay. So our half-acre homestead should be done. No, I don't want that. Don't need you. Don't need you. This is checking. So now that it's checking, I can put it on public. Done. Save. Open. Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead with a tea break. All right. Okay, so I'll give you the tea break in a minute. I just want to make sure I am exactly where I'm supposed to be because I have several channels. There we go. Whoops. I don't know why I'm still in the center here, but all right. Now, let us Put it on live chat. Pop out the chat. All righty. No, I don't want you full screen. I don't want you full screen. Thank you. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I have organized the new seeds of exchange. Yes, I'm going to put it on here right now. I just wanted to make sure the checks were finished running. But here is the new Seeds of Hope exchange. Now, first things first, you need to know. I have to lighten up my screen. There we go. What you need to know first is that the Seeds of Hope exchange, this is to make up for what got mishandled while I was sick. What you need to know about this Seed of Exchange is there's 3 email addresses. Now, when you email this email address and you hear back from me, the name on the email address, like for Canadians, is going to be first name is SAOH and the second and the last name is CAD. In the American email address, you're going to get an email back from USA Hope. And the European, you're going to get SOHEUR. Now, the reason this is important for you guys to know is so that you don't think you're getting a card from a scammer. Okay? Right? You don't think you're getting an email from a scammer, because I can't keep putting my name on every email address because they're just going to keep saying, well, don't you already have like 6 million email addresses? No, I want to keep these permanent email addresses for future greeting card exchanges. Hey, Steven. What we're going to do is fried egg sandwich sounds really great right now. We're having pea soup tonight. I just got out of bed at 10. And I hit the ground running. This is my first cup of tea. Or is it my second? So, let's talk about the new year. Oh, how much I've told you guys about the new year. This tree has been undecorated and is going down the basement. My dining room tree has been undecorated and is going down the basement. And the living room tree has been undecorated and taken out. So let me say hi to everybody. Why am I on top chat? I thought I was on live chat. Donna Lowe, Angela M, Kim Solomon, Linda Bopp. Hey, darlings. Lynn Smith, Mary Cook, Mary Fair, Stephen, Susie Q, Teresa Pomerlo. Okay, let's put this on live chat. And no, Linda, I'm not organized. I'm trying to be organized, but I have made it so that everybody can screw up. But I've made the 3 separate email addresses and very specific on the video so that we can get this done and everybody is, because I have more seeds than God's got ideas. And I want to share those. But remember, folks, don't send more than 2 packages. Send 1. If you want to send a vegetable and an herb, or if you want to send a vegetable and a flower, or an herb and a flower, whatever the case may be. So we're focusing on vegetables and herbs. All right. Tell my dishes that I'm organized. Tell my dishes that I'm organized. I still have to organize the ornaments that Howie took off the tree, and I have to do my dishes. And then I'm going to do a video on Life with the Wolfies, repotting plants, my house plants, because they have taken a beating. And Howie got me some for Christmas, and I'm going to get Howie to put up a bracket here so that I can actually have a hanging plant in my office, right? I'm slacking on going through seeds this year already. Well, this is the thing. Please don't enter if you're not going to participate. That's the whole point, is the participation factor is a commitment. Let me just see if I can. and do it like this, a little bit farther away, so you're not right up my nose, right? So, oh yes, I have one left. Where's my Betty Boop? So anyway, and me, I'm repotting plants today. I'm going to do dishes and I'm repotting plants. We had a beautiful ham supper yesterday. We had a ham that I just made a glaze. Thank you for all your ideas, because I didn't have any ginger ale or anything. So I made a glaze of just a bit of white vinegar, a tablespoon of mustard powder, some molasses, and a quarter teaspoon of ginger. That's all I used. And I once the ham started cooking, I started brushing it on. It was bloody delicious. Hey, Julie. So go do your dishes as I unpack a trillion boxes. Oma, hi. Happy New Year. Robin Rose, Minnesota farmer's wife. And Tanya, Happy New Year's. So, give me a second. Give me a second to think. That first puff is always the hardest. Hey, Michelle. We had a beautiful ham supper. And then we had ham and scalloped potatoes and cheese. And I took some leftover ham and I cut it up in the bottom of a small casserole dish. And I threw in some frozen broccoli and put the leftover scalloped potatoes on top. So we'll have that like with something else another day. Well, I'm on a public live stream. I'm not on Patreon, which will be coming up shortly too. Being Monday, Howie's out in the barn working on cars or something. I have no idea. Hey, Yolana. So I'm going to repot most of the flowers and plants in my bay window. I'd like to be able to tear it all down, take all down the stained glass and clean all the windows and stuff, but I just don't have that in me. Thank you, Stephen. You need to find your fan. You don't need a fan. You're not on camera. I am going to be talking to Mel on FaceTime between this live stream and my patrons live stream. That's right. Well, you're right, Mary. We're cutting down on pork. We haven't had pork chops or anything like that in quite a while. So we had a ham and it was New Year's. I'm not, I can't tell my husband what to eat. He is a grown man. So I can you saw it in the summer, I can make all the salads I want. And he shared in some of them. But he has, the doctor told him he could live on nuts and seeds for the rest of his life. He's still going to have a cholesterol problem. It's genetic. Hey, Gavin, what are you sorry for? For being a mouthpiece last time? Well, apology accepted. Just don't let it happen again. Right? It's all good. So anyway, there it is. The greeting card exchange is, good for you, Mary. But the guy we bought the half a steer from, we're getting a pig from this year as well. So I'm going to talk to Steffi. Agnitska, how are you, darling? How are you, darling? So Steffi is ordering chicks and stuff this year, and I've informed Howie that he's going to have to find a way to make a reinforced some kind of yard or coop for turkeys and meat birds. Because if I can buy a locally raised pig and a butchered pig and a locally raised side of beef, if I can raise the turkeys and chickens, I don't need to buy none of the meat from the grocery store, right? Well, yeah, I know. I know, Mary. And Howie was given the charge of buying lunch meat this week. And I told him, you buy healthy lunch meat. And he did, turkey slices and chicken slices. Don't you worry. Okay. There's only so much my husband will do. There's only so much. So Life with the Wolfies videos are going to be coming out. They're going to be, I'm going to be redoing my window, replanting all my plants. That's going to be a project you're going to get one day this week. And Howie's going to have to make a video of tearing down his engine and stuff. I hope he's not out there doing that right now without a camera. Right? But hey, Linda, how are you, darling? So yeah, we're going to do the best we can with what we have, but in reality, Mary, the dietary changes are going to help. But like the doctor said, Howie could live on lettuce, nuts, and seeds for the rest of his life, and it's still going to be he's still going to have a cholesterol problem. Going to be interviewed soon about the urban farm from a journalist for a local newspaper foodie section. Plans are in the works. Oh, Stephen, that's awesome. Awesome. But you need not to take on more work. You need to work smarter. So you need to start delegating and hiring people. I know there's a lot of people out there that just don't want to work anymore. Good job, Howie. I have witnessed you are eating healthier, Bev. Yeah. But there's still going to be times when you're going to see meatloaf or casserole or something like that. Just know that, we've changed. Even the healthy cereals, most of them have like Cheerios and stuff are loaded with sugar, right? So you got to be careful. That's really awesome news, Stephen. Looking forward to the video. Well, I'm making bone broth. Okay. And that's coming up on our half-acre homestead sometime. I'm doing that sometime this week. Well, that's true, right? Like last night, we had ham and scallop potatoes au gratin and Caesar salad. Now, here's the kicker, folks. You've seen me eat salads all summer long. Had no problem. In the wintertime, if I eat romaine lettuce, it goes right through me in hours. I don't care what everyone says. I don't care what anybody says. You can't eat something and have it go through your body in less than 24 hours. I beg to friggin' differ. Because I haven't eaten romaine lettuce in weeks and weeks. And we had it day before New Year's Eve, and it went right through me. So my body likes seasonal food. So my body likes root vegetables at this time of year. It's just the way it is. Hey, Renegade. I can't do romaine. Well, I mean, but it goes right through me in the wintertime. In the summertime, and I have no problem. It's just the way my body works. I'm into life changes, not part-time diets. Well, see, that's the thing, is you make one change at a time, right? Like now that Howie's like, I'm going to put your bouncer right in front of the window. And I said, no, you're not. And he goes, why? I said, I have to put the camera in the window if I'm going to do it in the living room. And then I have to be far enough back for people to see me. Well, you could just stand in the window and bounce. I said, you're not hearing me. I would have to turn my back to the window and put the camera where the couch is. And then you're not going to see me. You're only going to see a lighted silhouette. Like he's like, I'm just going to put it here. No, you're not, Howie. It's got to be camera visible because, yeah, the bouncer's coming back up. Right. And as soon as my paychecks start picking up, I'm going to start making my green juice again. Right. I know, Linda, it's weird. And it's my body. My body wants, I could just sit down at this time of year and open up a jar of beets and eat it with a fork. That's the way I am. Right. It's a crying Shame Aces, you need to contact one of us gardeners here on the site to help you with your lettuce. One of the easiest things to grow. Well, you know what, Stephen? I'm going to try and grow some lettuce this year too. But I don't know. We'll see. My hubby and I had the cholesterol problems, banished margarine. We haven't eaten margarine in years. Ate oatmeal, how he won't eat raisins. Most doc visits are normal, now better than meds, but he is going to be getting oatmeal again. If anyone's had a gastric bypass, but Teresa, I can eat those salads all summer long and they don't go through me like that. It's almost like my body's saying, no, you're eating potatoes and carrots and beets right now. Lettuce is confusing. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But so there is another greeting card. And we're talking, when I say greeting card exchange, okay, don't go out and buy new greeting cards for your exchange. Cut down your old Christmas cards and make them fit into, like the Christmas cards we got this year. It's nice. It'd be nice to recycle them. So cut them down. If you don't have an envelope to fit the Christmas card, cut the Christmas card, the used Christmas card to fit the envelope, and just paste a note inside. Just paste a note with a glue stick. Paste a note inside saying this is a recycled card for this greeting card exchange. Right? And then, cut your card to fit your envelope is what I'm saying. Hang on, I've lost my chat again. I've lost my chat. Live chat. Pop out chat. There we go. So, hey, Howie, what are you doing out there? I'm on live, so watch your language. Are you like tearing down your motor or anything? Do you want to take the camera out and tell people what you've just done? Okay. You got to start thinking like that, Howie. Dysautonomia and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My body is never the same every day. Really? Huh. I grow everything else just fine. Lettuce hates me. Tried tennis ball lettuce, black seeded Simpson, romaine, tried it all. Have lettuce seeds coming out of my eyeballs. Oh, well, there you go. I think you have to grow lettuce in partial shade or diffused light, like indirect sunlight, and it likes lots of water. That's all I know about lettuce, but I've tried to grow it. It doesn't do really well for me. Been doing this a long time, but still easy peasy, wonderful container gardens. Well, eventually I want to buy new pots and pans. Steven, can I grow flowers in my old pots? My old pots and pans, or do I have to? Never mind. I'll think about that another day. I'll think about it another day because I have a lot going on today. I wouldn't recommend it, but I've lost 70 pounds since hubby passed due to lack of appetite. I'm back onto eating my apples at night, and pretty soon it's going to be grapes because the apples are becoming soft. When you buy them, they look beautiful. You bite into them, it's like biting into applesauce. You need to ease into eating green veg, especially lettuce. If your body's not used to it, it'll go right through. Well, honey, I eat it. I only eat it in the summertime. So, I eat root vegetables and apples in this wintertime. A lot of root vegetables and apples. And in probably around February, I'll start January, February, end of January, beginning of February, I'll get into grapes. And then grapes turns into watermelon. It's fall and early winter is apples. Midwinter to spring is grapes, and spring through summer into fall is watermelons. In the early spring and fall, freckles. My lettuce from Burpee grows full sun. Somebody sent me some freckles lettuce. Was that you, Angela? And can take a lot of heat. It's pretty, but it's not a crunchy variety. It's more like a spinach leaf. Really? Huh. I have an itch. Hang on, folks. I might be able to reach it without getting up and scratching on the door frame. Okay. I'm trying to fix my greenhouse and cold frames to get back into gardening this year. Well, I have a line on chicks and like 10 meat bird chicks and some turkey poults. So we're just going to have to, turn. I think I'm only going to grow 3 marijuana plants this year. Because I think they've been being overcrowded in the greenhouse. If we do 3 really good, what do you think about that, dear? If we do 3 regular big plants in the greenhouse this year, they'll have more room to produce better. Okay, and the rest of the chicken coop has to be reinforced for chickens and turkeys. We'll see. Well, that's, Hey, Freedom Sassy. This season, if it's later in summer, you can try planting some salad greens in a pot in a shaded area where it is cool, and you can have salad greens throughout the whole entire summer. Maybe I will do some on my front deck here, Stephen, where it gets sunlight all day, but it gets indirect sunlight because of the roof. What do you think? Hey, Tammy, right? I think I want to grow my... Well, be careful because Renegade, because a lot of people do that too. And a lot of people don't necessarily buy feminized seeds. So you could be getting if you start with feminized seeds and plants, you may end up with pollinated plants. That's why we grow ours in the greenhouse. Because between the woods and our isolated location and the greenhouse, we've been really lucky with no pollination happening. Marigolds do very well. So do impatiens and zinnias. Well, I'm doing marigolds for sure this year, and I think I'm going to do some. I'm going to do some pots of flowers just for the heck of it. Sprouts are easy and more dense in nutrients. Are they though? Can they be really that dense in nutrients if they haven't fully grown? I've never really understood that, but I do sprouts, or have done, and I'm going to start doing it again. You put a fan in your greenhouse to help with pollination. I don't. Mine are self-pollinating feminized seeds. So get a tea marigold to make your own tea. You got to be careful throwing out the word marigolds. There's many different kinds of marigolds. There is calendula marigolds, which are medicinal. But French marigolds and anything in that family, it's more of a bug deterrent than a tea. Well, I don't put flowers in my greenhouse. What goes in my greenhouse is medicinal. So if we can put 3 plants in the front of the greenhouse and wrap the bottom of, like, the bottom of our greenhouse is skids. So wrap it in 1/2-inch hardware cloth, which is like a fine 1/2-inch square mesh to keep weasels out. And, stop up the tops there. Then we can use half our greenhouse for meat birds, and we could find something else for turkeys. Yes, mashed potatoes freeze well. Hey, Cassandra Lynn. Yes, we're talking about gardening because it's January. Someone asked, can I freeze mashed potatoes? Oh, okay. It all depends upon the variety of salad green that you plant. Most can grow in partial shade or shade, just saying. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm going to build something on the deck or something out back, some kind of bed that gets more shade for greens. You know what? I know. My marigolds grew like weeds too, and I'm going to start them early this year because I'm thinking, oh no, the moths are eating my cabbage. And Angie goes, Bev, your cabbages are full grown. Why don't you just harvest them? And it's like, oh, I never thought of that. Right? Just don't worry about the moth. Just plant lots of French marigolds. Like when you put in your cabbage plants, put fully grown and blossomed French marigold plants on either side of around your each cabbage, and it will keep most of the bugs away. And then I might even plant cauliflower this year. Mint's really invasive though too. I'm really careful with mint. But I mean, can you put it in like a potted plant of mint and set it by your gardens? I would not want to put mint directly into the garden. Mice hate peppermint. Yeah, well, tell my mice that. Pretty sure they'd eat through candy canes right now. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. So you can put a little pot of mint. Like if you have a raised bed like mine, you can put a couple of pots of mint, just rest them in the bed, and that will help keep the bugs away as well. But don't let it root in your garden beds. It's invasive. It's like oregano that way. I've never had any luck with mint keeping mice away. My mice eat mint. It's got to be, I guess it's got to be peppermint. One year, the mice ate all of my garlic. Oh, I planted a garlic bed this year because you know what? This is nuts. You got to hear this. And please, Stephen, stay a minute and tell me if this is going to work. Okay? You remember my garlic beds I put at the back of the garden? And then I thought I killed them and they came up again the next year, last year. Well, so you know what I did is in the fall, I went to my old garlic beds, which I've just written off as a loss. And just out of curiosity, I dug my hand under because all my garden beds were now empty, right? I dug my hand under and I pulled up a full head of garlic that was sprouting. So I really carefully took that apart. And I ended up with, I think, 30 of them. And I planted them at the end of October because our ground wasn't frozen yet. And some of them started to poke through before we got the deep freeze. Is that okay, Stephen? I'm hoping my oregano takes. Well, see, this is what happens in my life. Every time I plant some kind of wild or perennial garden, Howie mows it down. We're eventually going to be mowing down and taking the apple trees out here. And I've got colt's foot and comfrey and marshmallow and yarrow and chicory and all kinds of stuff growing out by my old apple trees, right? So that's my wild medicinal garden. It's wild. I just, whatever grows there. But we're eventually going to be filling that in. I don't know what he's doing with the pool or whatever. But eventually I'm going to let some things grow wild, right? Well, thank you, Rumble Bunny. Yeah, I was gifted a rat zapper, and it's been amazing at catching rodents. It's easy and a good thing around here. What's a rat zapper? I can't have cats. A, Howie's allergic. B, Gracie won't let us have a cat. And C, it's just the way it is. Do you realize that you can pickle marigold buds, flower buds? They're pretty good considering you're eating a flower. Well, you know what, Stephen? You can do that with daylily buds too. You know the wild daylilies that grow in the ditches? When those buds are closed before they become a flower, when they're like unopened and unripe, they're like green beans. You can eat those. You can harvest those and eat them. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do it this year just to show you. I live in the north. They froze. What froze? I left seeds in my greenhouse till they could be good to plant. Well, I mean, seeds freeze all the time, don't they? Don't they? seeds freeze and drop and grow. It's just since man has become agriculturally minded in history that we have started actually, and this is started with the indigenous peoples, actually farming, right? And collecting seeds and that. Until then, and we were harvesters. We were foragers and harvesters. And then somebody got the bright idea one day, why don't I just save these seeds and grow this where I don't have to hunt for it next year? You know what I mean? It's a trap that runs on batteries, and in 2 weeks it has killed almost 70 rodents. It zaps them to their demise. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. Because, hey, Jackie Bits, I'm gonna have to look that up because if I can get one for mice, and I'm pretty sure I got squirrels. When Howie put the roof over the veranda out front, we've got the deck and porch, but there's the veranda. He just put it at such an angle that it went right up and over the original roof. Well, there's like a triangular space in there that the squirrels are living in. I'm sure of it. Hey, Roxanne. So anyway, that's what's going on. Again, here is the Seeds of Hope exchange video so that you can email me at the appropriate email address. I want one of those zappers. I put out poison and one died under the house. You need to buy tomcat poison. And they have these little stations you can put them in so your animals don't get to them. And they go in and they eat. And then when they die, they dehydrate. They don't smell because they mummify. You just watched the video? Okay, good. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you go. I have a lot of work to do. And count this as your... I don't know now. I'm not going to be doing daily live streams from here on out, but I am going to be doing them fairly frequently. Okay. But I have a lot of things to organize before spring, and I have a lot of work to do on my reading channels too. When I was a kid, somebody left a 2-liter bottle of Coke open and they got back to town and it was full of dead mice. Howie did that. I had one of those 3-gallon like wine things in the basket, and I had water in it. And I guess there was still water in it in the bottom when Howie put it down the basement. And he went down there and there was like 30 mice in it, all dead, and it stunk. Oh my God, it stunk. Well, listen, everybody, have a wonderful day. I have some things to do before I do my live stream with my patrons. So I forgot to tell you, I made a ham supper yesterday for New Year's Day. And then I made a casserole and popped that in the freezer. And today we're having pea soup. And I have enough chopped ham left over that I think I'm going to make baked beans sometime soon. All right. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies. And, it's a brand new year. Let's see what we can do with it. Mwah! Take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon.